Welcome back to Java for an Absolute Beginners course. My name is Oleg, it's DevNights, let's get started. In our previous video, we got an overview of Java and the exciting things we can do with it. Now it's time to roll up our sleeves and get our development environment set up so we can start writing our own Java code. JDK is what allows your computer to understand and run Java code, and the IDE provides user-friendly environment for writing, organizing, and running your programs. First, let's install the JDK. We'll need to download it from the official Oracle website. Oracle is the company that owns Java and makes new versions of it. In this course, we'll be using the latest LTS version from Oracle, which now is 21st. Open your web browser and go directly to Oracle's website oracle.com. You can use the direct link from the description, but for now I'll show you the full path to download page. You need to navigate to the Resources menu and then in the Downloads section click on Java Downloads. On this page, you can find a brief information about the current version of Java, which is Java 23, and the LTS version, which means long-term support, which now is Java 21. The difference between them is that Oracle provides a much longer support period for LTS versions compared to non-LTS versions. And when you start working on a real production-ready project, most probably you'll be using an LTS version. On this page, make sure you select the correct version for your operating system, Windows, macOS, or Linux. For most beginners, the installer version is the easiest to use. I already have it downloaded, so we'll cancel this. Once the download is complete, just install it like any other application you install on your computer. The installer will guide you through the process. In most cases, you can accept the default settings by clicking Next or Continue. You might be asked to choose an installation location, but the default location is generally fine. Allow the installation process to complete, this might take a few minutes. Once the installation is complete, we can verify that the JDK has been installed correctly. Open your command prompt on Windows or terminal on macOS and type the command java version and press enter. If the JDK is installed correctly, you should see information about the Java version you installed. If you don't see an output like this, double check the installation steps, or alternatively you can install the JDK from your IDE, which I'll be showing a bit later in this video. Now that we have the JDK installed, let's set up our IDE. An IDE will make writing and managing our Java code much easier. For this course, I recommend using IntelliJ IDEA Community Edition. It's a powerful and user-friendly IDE that's really great for beginners and professionals. Open your web browser and go to JetBrains.com. JetBrains makes a lot of convenient IDEs for many languages, and in this course we'll be using their free version of an IDE for Java. Again, you can use the direct link that I left in description to navigate to the download page. Go to the developer tools in the menu and select IntelliJ IDEA. First thing listed here is the paid version of the IDE, which is unnecessary for this course. Scroll down a bit and you'll find a community edition, which is our option. But I recommend installing the Toolbox app, which is basically a launcher where you can manage all your IDEs from JetBrains. It will take care of updating your IDE. Click on the Toolbox app and you'll be navigated to a separate page. Look for the download option for your operating system. Click the download button and wait for the file to download. Once downloaded, locate the file and run the installer. The installer for the Toolbox will also guide you through the process. Again, you can usually accept the default settings. If you prefer, you can also use other popular IDEs like Eclipse or Visual Studio Code with Java extensions. The basic principles of writing and running Java code will be similar across different IDEs. In the Toolbox app, use the search icon to find an IntelliJ IDEA Community Edition and click Install. This process may also take a couple of minutes. After it's installed, just click on the IDE name and it will open up. So basically, when you want to open your IDE, you should open a Toolbox first and open the IDE from it. Now for the exciting part, let's write and run our very first Java program. We'll start with the classic Hello World program. Open up your IDE, you'll see an option New Project. On the left side, make sure Java is selected. Write the name for your very first project, for example, My First Project, and pay attention to the projects folder on your disk. By default, it's the IDEA projects in your home directory. For the build system, leave IntelliJ, which is selected by default. Then make sure you select the correct JDK. By default, as you can see by looking at the Java folder, an IDE is trying to use not the JDK we installed earlier, but another one which is coming with the IDE itself. If you've had any issues installing JDK earlier, you can select Download JDK right here, and the IDE will install it for you. Just make sure to select the 21st version and leave Amazon Corretto as a vendor. You can also change the JDK location right here. If your installation was successful previously, you can just skip this part and select the existing JDK. Next, you need to disable an option of generating code with onboarding tips because we don't need them. And finally, click Create. IDE will prepare and open your new project. Here, in the left side, you can see the files and folders which your project consists of. IDE has already created a new main.java file where all your Java code is currently located. All Java code has to be in files with extensions .java. We didn't write a single line of code, but it's already a complete Java program. Let's run it by clicking on any of these green triangles to see what happens. As you can see, a console has opened in the lower part of the IDE and a Hello World message has been displayed. Then the message saying that process finished with exit code 0, which in programming means that it completed successfully with no errors. Congratulations, you've just run your very first Java program. Don't worry about understanding every part of this code right now, we'll break it down in details in the next videos. But very briefly, public class main declares a class named main. All code in Java has to be written inside a class. Public static void main is the main entry point of our program, where the execution starts. The program always starts by executing a method called main first. And finally, systemout.println hello world is the command that will print the text hello world to the console. Let's customize this message a little bit. You can add any text inside a double quotes and it will be printed to the console. I'll add my name as Oleg, you can add whatever you want. You don't need to save the file explicitly before running the program again, IDE will do this for you. Let's run it again and see what's changed. If everything is set up correctly, you should see the modified text printed in the console window of your IDE. If you encountered any issues during the installation or running your program, don't worry, this is the common experience for beginners. Here are a few things to check. Make sure you downloaded the correct version of JDK and IDE for your operating system. Double check that JDK is installed correctly by running the java ---- version command. Ensure you've created a Java project and the Java file with a class main exists in your IDE. And carefully check for any typos in your code. Fantastic! You've successfully set up your Java development environment and run your first program. This is a big milestone in your coding journey. In the next video, we'll dive deeper into the structure of that Hello World program and start understanding the fundamental concepts of Java programming. Make sure you have your environment set up and that you can run the Hello World program before moving on. If you have any questions or faced any challenges, please leave a comment below. I'm here to help. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more Java programming lessons. See you in the next one. Happy coding!